Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More in the Score, presented by Dubuque Bank and Trust and Dubuque Auto Plaza. I am your awfully sick host, Steve Ortman, if you can't tell. And alongside me, it's not a coincidence, I didn't catch a cold because of the return of Brenden West.
It's been a while. You know, I got over my little suspension there, and I really appreciate you guys, you know, let me back on here and being able to take a second chance with this team. I won't let you down this time. That's
good to know. Now, I know even though I have a cold, I'm a trooper, and I made it in, and it's a new year, Brenden. It's 2017, and you know I've made some New Year's resolutions, and you know at the top of my list is to be more caring and show more respect to Brenden West when he's on the show and when he's not on the show. So you deserve it, buddy. So I'm going to really work on that. Now I know I'm batting about 0% on actually following through with my New Year's resolutions, but this is the year I think I can do it.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate that, you know, and my resolution is just to continue to be, you know, really nice to you, because you know you definitely are the oil to this engine here, and we couldn't do it without you, man. And another resolution I think that would be good for you is to feel a little bit better there, buddy.
Oh, appreciate it. Nothing but love on More in the Score.
That's right.
That's our resolution for 2017. Now, Brenden, I know you're the boys basketball beat writer, been busy, we all have, but in the spirit of turning the calendar to 2017, I believe you have some New Year's resolutions for some of the area boys basketball teams.
Yeah, that's right. You know, obviously boys basketball in this area is always super stellar, but you know there are a few teams individually that I think you know if they can adhere to some of these little goals, I think they're gonna see some success, and they're gonna be pretty happy about it at the end of the year. Let's start with the undefeated teams. We've got two of them that are pretty high profile, climbing the rankings right now. One of them is on the Illinois side of the river. That's East Dubuque. They are off to a 15-0 start, and the other is Cascade. They are 8-0 currently. East Dubuque is third in the polls, and Cascade is 7th in the polls. And my resolution for them is keep your foot on the gas, guys. They both play, despite losing their top scorers from last year, both teams play great team basketball. The scoring can really come from anywhere. Night in, night out, there's a different leading scorer, it seems, for both these teams. So, hey, just don't slow down, you know. Keep your foot on the gas. It might be unrealistic to expect undefeated seasons out of one or both of them, but I think if they just keep going, building that momentum, I think we're going to see, I think they're both going to be pleased with the end results, and maybe it'll lead to either team breaking into some new barriers that they haven't reached before.
Sure, and what it stands out to me about Cascade is obviously the retirement of Al Marshall and how that transition has seemingly been seamless to this point.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, they landed a great guy in Jacob Brendel, who's been with the program for a long time. I don't know if he's changed too much for Cascade. They did lose a lot of starters, though, and the fact that they've been able to really start off the season without seemingly a hiccup. We're talking about the defending state runners up here in Class 2A, and the fact that they've been able to start off on this great start, I think is really a sign of both the legacy that Mr. Marshall left behind, and also just the caliber of players that they got down there in Cascade. So pretty fantastic start for them and East Dubuque.
Sure. Now, who else you got on your list?
Well, my second team here is Dubuque Waller. You know, this is a team that's going through a little bit of change. Definitely. They lost a lot. They lost their top 10 scorers, and we're talking about a team that has been to 3 straight state title games in Class 3A for Iowa. So my recommendation for them, my resolution is just find an identity. It's not that they haven't shown flashes that they can put together great stretches in games, play solid defense, score, but the problem is they just haven't been able to put that whole thing together with all those new faces. Now, I wouldn't be too discouraged by a 1-6 record. Again, they've had a lot of changeover, and it's a lot of new moving parts and new pieces to this that great Waller program. But I think if they can establish who their go-to scorer is going to be. Maybe figure out, figure each other out on the court. What are you guys going to be doing defensively? And in general, like, are you an outside scoring team, an inside scoring team? Who are you going to be able to rely on night in, night out? I think if Waller can do that, there's still plenty of season left. I think they're going to be able to, again, be pleased with the results if they can just sort of find that identity. They've had a little bit of time to do that with the winter break here too.
Sure, yep, certainly a lot of transition for that Waller team. See if they can kind of find themselves here and build that experience for next season. A team definitely playing for right now, though, is Dubuque Senior.
Yes, and that is my third team with a resolution here, and that is just take care of business, guys. They are off to a 6-1 start. They're ranked 7th in the current Iowa Class 4A rankings. They went to state last year. But I have to keep reminding myself sometimes when I'm watching this team that they're still a pretty young team. One of their top scorers is a sophomore in Noah Carter, and then their second top scorer is a junior, Carter Stevens. So, I mean, when you have sort of that youth, sometimes there's a little bit of hiccups. But I think the big difference between this year's senior Rams team and last year's Rams team is the fact that whereas last year we're seeing a bunch of freshmen and sophomores going through ups and downs, I think this year if these guys can just take care of those wins that you should take care of, maybe not give up too many of those hiccups and everything, just win the games that you should win and hang tough against those tough opponents. I think we might even be talking about senior again at the state tournament once again this year.
All right, well said. That's New Year's resolution for some area boys basketball teams, and we'll see how things shake out here over the next couple of weeks. And we're still kind of quiet, but we're just kind of getting back from the holiday season. Games are starting to pick up again, and it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, and be sure to check out our live stream on Friday. We've got that doubleheader there between Dubuque Senior and Dubuque Hempstead. Hempstead girls off to a really strong start as well.
Dubuque Hempstead girls basketball off to a great start. 7 wins have already matched the amount of wins they picked up last season. Megan Gronow has been a force in the post. This team has upset 2 ranked teams here in the last couple months to begin the season. So we'll see if they can keep that momentum going here into 2017, and we'll have all the action for you at our Twitter handle at THSportsFeed, our Telegraph Herald Facebook page, Telegraph Herald Sports. What do you think? Is that an episode?
Yeah, I think it is. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score, presented by Dubuque Bank and Trust and Dubuque Auto Plaza. I am your host, Steve Ortman. He's Brenden West, and we will see you next week.